I want to take a few minutes to talk about the two different color systems that are important in our production of everyday items in our world today. The color wheel is based on the traditional art primaries of red, yellow, and blue. We know that Sir Isaac Newton created the first circular diagram of color in 1666, based on his experiment from a prism radiating a spectrum of color. Since then, many scientists and artists have created various systems based on this concept. While many systems could be up for debate, any colors in a logical sequence have merit. One way that we can visually match color today is through Albert H. Munsell's work nearly a century ago. Much of the modern-day color theory and mathematical color system is based on Munsell's theory of color, where he combined art with the science of color into one single color theory. Munsell was an artist and educator. He developed his color theory to bring clarity to communicating in color. This orderly system provided a means of accurately identifying every color that exists. Munsell's principal hues in the system are red, yellow, green, blue, and violet. These 5 hues have been chosen because they are visually equidistant from each other in hue. And you can see that his version of the color wheel is very different from the one that we have been working from, which is the 12-step basic color wheel. Munsell's theory of color includes 3 qualities for each color. These include hue, value, and saturation. We know that hue is defined as another way to say a color, such as red, orange, yellow, and so forth. We also know that value is defined as the lightness or darkness of a color. Saturation is also defined as the brightness or dullness of a color. In Munsell's system, value is represented along the central axis, and saturation is represented across the horizontal axis. The tree is not symmetrical like many color models because colors reach full saturation at different values. We know that yellow is a lighter value hue. Its pure hue is near the top of the tree according to the value scale. Violet is a darker value. Its pure hue is near the bottom of the tree according to the central value scale. Would you eat a green French fry or a brown grape? My guess is no. Color impacts the value of our crops, and the Munsell color system plays a major role in evaluating food and produce quality. The USDA, otherwise known as the United States Department of Agriculture, relies on Munsell's USDA color standards for accurately grading and sorting food. This system provides valuable insights both for the ripeness and whether or not the item is ready for processing. These color standards determine which foods make it to the store shelves. Soil color is one factor that the USDA uses to identify soil layers and groups the soil according to the system soil taxonomy. Soil tells us what can be grown in that area or if the area should be deemed wetlands. Lack of color could also suggest something about the environment and types of bacteria that could live there. The Munsell color system also helps increase safety through sign color. We quickly identify that stop signs are red, highway direction signs are green, and most construction signs are orange. What would happen if a safety sign manufacturer didn't have a good color control during production? What if the red stop sign turned out to be more orange than red? Lack of color uniformity can become a safety issue if left unchecked. This is why Munsell worked with the National Electrical Manufacturers Association to develop a safety color standards family. From road safety to what crops are ready for sale, Munsell ensures that the U.S. products are up to a specific standard. The Pantone color system is much younger, as it started in 1963. This system revolutionized color communication by creating a universal color language. This was the first time brand owners and designers had confidence knowing that their printers could create the color imagined. Pantone created the Pantone Matching System, otherwise known as PMS. This allowed designers to rely on the printers to color match specific colors as the product went into the production stage. Color can also change based on the material it is printed on. Some colors are not even possible on certain materials. This is why the 5,000 Pantone colors are divided into two systems. We have a system for fashion designers and a system for print and packaging designers. Fashion designers need more whites, blacks, and neutrals in their palette, and print and packaging designers need colors that pop on the shelf. Pantone creates a color of the year, and this color is determined by the Pantone Color Institute that meets annually to discuss global color trends and to vote on the color of the year. The Institute is a consulting service inside Pantone that forecasts color trends for the application and integration of color through power, psychology, and emotion in their design strategy. I found an interesting quote on Pantone's Color Institute's website. They state, "When 80% of human experience is filtered through the eyes, we understand that the choice of color is critical." Each year, a new color is chosen based on what is happening in the world, culturally, environmentally, as well as politically. The 2018 color of the year was ultraviolet. Ultraviolet suggests the mystery of the cosmos, what lies ahead, and the discoveries beyond where we are now. The 2019 color of the year was living coral. Living coral represents our interest in making human and social connections with others. In our continually shifting environment, living color provides us with comfort and enthusiasm. The 2020 color of the year is classic blue. Classic blue is elegant in its simplicity. It suggests the sky at dusk. The reassuring qualities of the thought-provoking color itself highlights our desire for a dependable and stable foundation, which we build as we cross the threshold into a new era. This color itself remains imprinted in our psyches as a restful color. It gives us a sense of peace and tranquility to the human spirit, offering refuge. A reflective blue tone, classic blue fosters resilience. Pantone has come out with several versions of the color cue. This allows creative professionals to gather color inspiration everywhere they look and integrate these colors into the multimedia projects. The color cue is portable, affordable. If you think of $2,000 as affordable, it's a device that allows users to capture color and match them to a color in the Pantone libraries of color. There's also a Farnsworth Munsell 100 hue test that Pantone uses, and it's a color management sustainability tool that is highly effective, industry standard for evaluating an individual's ability to determine color. There are 85 color caps available to determine incremental hue variations and scoring software that determines your aptitude for color evaluation. 16% of the population receive superior ratings with 0 to 4 misplacement of color chips. Farnsworth introduced this testing system the first time in 1949, and since then it is widely used around the world. I want to end with a Pantone color intelligence test that you can do, and it will help determine where you score in your color IQ. I also hope that you enjoyed the brief video on the Pantone factory, and it will give you an idea of the quality control that they manage to keep, both with their workers having perfect eye vision, and being able to assess the slight differences in color as they assess their products.